Faith and belief, or faith and believing, are the hinges of the Spirit. It seems like everything swings on faith. All things are possible. And Hebrews 11 and verse 6 says, without faith, it is impossible. You already have faith. God has given you grace for faith. He's already placed faith in your heart. And there's nowhere that's more evident than when you look at a little child. A little child has all kinds of faith. And maybe that's why Jesus said, that's why you should become a little child, because they get all kinds of faith. You can tell a child anything almost, and they'll believe you. He said, I knew that Dad came into my room and snuck some money underneath my pillow. And all of a sudden, I heard this exclamation from her friend, and it was a boy. He said, your dad is the tooth fairy? How long shall I suffer you? Now we need to pay attention right here, because we live in the days that Jesus is talking about faith here. When He's not personally around to do it for us. He expects us to be able to do it. No matter how small your faith is right now, you can have greater. Now, there's three things that you need that's outlined in these verses for greater faith. Number one, you need a hearer. Number two, you need a preacher. Number three, you need a message. A hearer gives audience to something. A hearer pays attention with interest. But you in your personal life, you need a preacher. You need a heralder. You need something that is transmitting a message to you. We preach to ourselves all the time. And what do we preach? We're talking to ourselves all the time. We're our greatest preacher. It's our self-talk. We're preaching a message continually over and over and over and over. What are you saying to yourself? It says anything repeatedly heard will eventually be believed. It don't even have to be true. You need a message. Not just any message, because if you hear the wrong message, you'll begin to believe that, and that'll be produced in your life. And when you're a child, you don't get to choose what you believe. You just believe everything that you're told. But now that we're adults, we get to choose. I can choose what thoughts or what statements, no matter where they're coming from, I can choose to believe it or not believe it. And there are some things that I choose not to believe. Listen to the positive report, the positive message, over and over and over and over again. Become your own preacher. Become your own audience. And find the message that covers your situation.